Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Season 13, Episode 26, overall 686 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by our friends at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new GM and pre-owned GM vehicles, along with a great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac vehicles as well. You can call the dealership at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership has been family-run and operated here in the city of Guelph since 1969 and has been a sponsor, advertiser of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show for the past 3.5 years. I hope everyone is doing well on Friday, March 27th, 2026. This is my fifth show with my fifth different guest in the last 4 days, and I'm excited to have our guest on today. This is her first appearance. She is an actor. She's a model. She is a talent scout. She is a nurse practitioner, and she wears many different hats in the entertainment industry. And we're going to bring on Robin Huffman in just one moment. Good morning, Robin. How are you?
Hey, Chris. How are you? It's nice to see you.
Keeping busy right now nowadays. And hey, and I want to say thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule to come on Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show this morning.
Well, it's nice to be here, and I'm sorry I had to cancel a couple of weeks ago. My schedule got a little bit hectic, and I know that you have to keep your stuff going, but yeah, I had a film date I had to be at, and I had to move things around, but I'm glad to be here today.
Totally understanding, and being in the media radio industry, I try to be as accommodating and flexible as well, and it really goes a long ways with your clients and guests as well, and things do happen, and just glad to be able to have you on today.
Yes, it's good.
What part of the States are you from, by the way? I'm in the Toronto area here in Canada.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. It's so chilly up there. So I'm actually in the balmy South. I live on the coast in North Myrtle Beach, about half a mile from the water.
What do you enjoy about North Myrtle Beach the most? What do you enjoy about that?
Oh my gosh. I retired here a couple of years ago. We bought a home here in the 55 and over community. My husband and I did. Walking my dogs, spending time on the beach, hunting shells. We've really gotten into this habit of hunting shark's teeth. So we go all up and down the beach, and we go to local areas. We drive over to North Carolina and places like that, hunting great places to eat. There's a lot of free entertainment here. You're never bored here. There's always something going on. Local theater. It's just insane the amount of things that there are to do here. And even the local places, like I'm not far from Wilmington. There's a lot of filming there. I'm 2 hours to Charleston. I'm 5 hours to Atlanta. So I'm kind of sitting in a great little central hub here in the South. So,
what are some of your favorite restaurants and food there?
Oh, wow. Well, for breakfast, I love the Blueberry Grill.
Sounds good.
People come from all over to eat at that restaurant, and they have some of my favorite little dishes to eat there. And let's see, I'm trying to think of some of the other local restaurants here. They have some wonderful crab and seafood places here. They have, I'm trying to think of some of my favorite restaurants here. We go down to Boardwalk Billy's, which is one of my absolute favorites, and Crave Italian restaurant. And we try to hit the happy hours, like 4 to 6. And then you can get all these dishes that we like crab and lobster and other seafood dishes, and you can get them at a discounted rate. And then if you want a beer or a glass of wine or something like that. So we do things like that. It's a huge retirement community here.
What's the weather like yearly round? Is your summers really hot and humid like they are here in Ontario?
Not quite as bad. It does get warm here, like up into the upper 90s it can. But we live so close to the coast that the water, you're always stay cool. Like it's 10 degrees cooler down on the water, and the wind is blowing
true
all the time. So it's a very temperate climate. It can get warm, but not like what you think. I spent 35 years in Texas, where you can boil an egg on the sidewalk. You have 2 seasons. It's hot and hotter in Texas. It's not like that here. You basically have 4 seasons here, but Texas, absolutely love Texas. Went to college there. So, go TCU. So, but here the climate is just, you get the 4 seasons. It's just beautiful outside. The only thing you have to be concerned about are the hurricanes. We haven't had a bad one here yet, but I'm sure we're due for one.
What do you miss the most about Texas, and do you still have family in Texas?
Oh my gosh. Things I miss about Texas. Used to be some of my favorite places to go dance because I love the country western dance. And they had great concerts. The people, I did love the people in Texas, and they were really good to veterans. I have to give them that. And like I said, I went to college there. I went to my undergraduate college there. My son is there with my granddaughter. They both still live in Texas because they were born there. I have a brother, and his 2 children are there. His wife passed away several years back. So I still have family there. So I'm taking my husband out this summer because he hasn't been going a little bit of Texas. And then I spent many, many years on the pro rodeo circuit as I was barrel racing and team roping. So those are the things that I really loved about Texas. I really thought I wanted to be a cowgirl. So I spent many years doing that when I was out there.
What was that rodeo experience like?
You got to be tough. There was a lot of hauling down the road. It does cost a lot of money. I mean, you're investing in your truck, your trailer, your horses, tough competition. And then you're hauling you're going to Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, all over, you can touch all those states to compete. And I really just absolutely loved it. I, grew up loving horses. I've been around animals my entire life, but horses hold a dear spot right here. So, and then once I moved here, I haven't had horses probably for the last 4 or 5 years, but I'll always keep that dear to me. But that was probably the one thing I dearly loved about Texas is the cowboys and the rodeo and that particular type of lifestyle.
You should have come out to the Calgary Stampede, our version of the rodeo out here in Western Canada. I've never been to a rodeo. In your opinion, Robin, what makes a really good rodeo?
Wow. Actually, I think the professional competition, and it's really, to me, it's the only sport where men and women are competing on an equal basis. And it's like if we're on a horse team roping, there's no competitive edge to you being a man or a woman. If you don't see a lot of women bull riding, I mean, I have seen a few in the pro circuit do that. It's not something I would do. And for the women or men, I just like the all-American feel about it, and that was always standing up for our states, our military, our men, and always felt like it was like an all-American sport to me.
Did you take your fair share of bumps and bruises?
Oh, let me tell you, I've been thrown, bit, rolled over on top of. I've been drugged. I've been flipped over on top of. The last bad one that I got bucked off of, this guy was really more of a bronc that I picked up at a sale, which I should not have. Should have known better after all my years of experience. Broke 5 ribs, all on the left side. And so I'm sitting in the ER and I'm thinking, the cardiac surgeon comes in to see me. I'm like, well, why is a cardiac surgeon coming in to see me? I have broke ribs. He said, oh, did you know you have a ascending aortic aneurysm? No.
Wow.
So that's how we found that. Yeah, we found that surprise. And I'd been a cardiac nurse for years. So yeah, that was quite a surprise. So yeah, I've been a little bit of everything. I've had them run off, been bucked off, drug flipped, a little bit of everything. So, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Robin, have you thought about one day writing a book about your life, obviously in the rodeo, but as a nurse for 26 years, nurse practitioner, and also as flipping over to being an actor, a model, and also a talent scout as well. You've done a lot of things in your life, and you've been very diverse.
Actually, I have, Chris, really given that some serious consideration. I've started jotting down some notes as to where I would even begin or start with that. Whether I would start with childhood, how I got here, how I got there, how I got to Texas. And, they say childhood, is what we, live the rest of our life trying to get over. And I would probably be one of those examples of that. But yeah, if I wrote a book, they'd probably make it a series or a movie.
If there was one actress in Hollywood right now that could play Robin Huffman, who would it be?
Wow. One actress that could play me. I would pick Michelle Pfeiffer.
Why?
Number one, not only, and I have actors that I really, really like. There's something about her that when she portrays a character, it really comes from the heart. And just recently watching her in her recent thing with doing the Madison, she's doing that Taylor Sheridan series. I've seen her go from, the city girl, and she can play that part, and all those type of things, which I can do, but she can also walk out there in the country, in the barefoot, sit down in the cold water in the creek, how I grew up. I can also picture her on a horse. Haven't seen it yet, but I can picture her doing this. And there were scenes in there where she was just laying out in the dirt, and I was like, oh my God, that looks like me. Just like what I would do if that was me. So, and of course we both have the blonde hair, and I'm not saying I look like her, but there's just something about her demeanor and her character portrayal that is so deep that she can just get into a character, and she really is the character. I totally admire her. I always have.
By the way, we have a viewer watching from Facebook. Her name's Rebecca Cohen. She's a content creator. She just wants to clap for you and say awesome for what you're doing.
Aw, well, thank you, Rebecca. I'm so glad you're here, and hopefully we can meet someday, and we'll catch up on Facebook or wherever and connect. I would love that.
And you always hear the negative things about the internet and social media, and there are negative things, but if you use it the right way, it's helped me with my career into media and radio. And I'm sure in the acting entertainment industry, it's huge too, because you want to get yourself out there, but you also want to build networking and connections too. And you can do that through these platforms.
You can, you have to be careful. And if you're, some advice from me, if you're going into this industry, is clean up your Facebook, clean up your Instagram, because that's where these casting directors, and they look, and you don't think they do, but they look at your social media. You don't want political posts on there. You don't want religious posts. You want things, post things about your family, post things about, you can post things about your acting. You can post photos about yourself. They want to see things about you, but they don't want to feel like, oh my gosh, if I reached out and I was actually going to hire that person, or you applied for a job, okay, they're going to go look at your social media. I know this because I have seen it. And if they look over on your Facebook and they go, oh, she is like hating this religion, or he is like slamming this presidential candidate, or they're over here threatening on this side, you're out. You're done. Move on. Next. If they're really seriously considering you and you don't think about those things, even in the acting industry, it's the same way in a job. Like if you were applying, because I've been a nurse manager, and I would go look on these social media posts before I hired anybody, even in my realm as a cardiac nurse for all these years. And so you don't think about those things when you go out there and someone has upset you because you posted something, because, I don't know, somebody flipped you off running down the road. Don't post that on social media. Don't post that your boyfriend slept with so-and-so. Nobody cares. Post that you thank God you woke up today, or it's another beautiful day, or post something that you took a walk on the beach with your dog today and it was the most amazing thing you've ever done. That's what people want to see and people want to hear. That's what they want to know about you. They don't want to know this ugly side of you that comes out when somebody flips you off or runs you off the road. They don't care. They don't want to know, because it turns people off. You want to bring people to the positive, good side of you, because that's what you want to portray. And that's my feelings, and that's my thoughts, that's what you'd want to portray on screen, unless you're portraying some character that they have you portraying.
And I try as much as I can. I use social media for my media work to promote my guests, promote my show, promote my work in that as well. But that is really good advice too. If you're having a bad day or something negative happened to you, probably a good idea to keep it off social media. But unfortunately, there's so much of it nowadays. But I totally agree with what you're saying there. And I want my guests, potential guests, if they're not sure about coming on my show, to check out my social media. And I want them to check out my past shows to see how I work and how I am. I don't want to be judged based on one post. I want to be judged on my work, body of work on here.
And you want people to see the good in you. If you're going to portray some evil character in a scene or something, that's totally different. But I mean, because you're playing a character, but that's not who you really are. But and you don't wash out your dirty laundry on Facebook and Instagram. That's not where you wash it out in the washing machine. You don't put it up here and like, if you're mad at your sister or your brother, you don't go post something ugly on Facebook and hope that they read it. So that's not what you do. It's not what it's meant for. It's meant for us to network and to meet each other and to broaden our spectrum and really to make friends and be friends and to turn it into something way more positive. And, I've seen so many bad things happen on there, but the only ones that can flip that starts here.
Absolutely. Now, I'm based out of Toronto here in Canada. Can you just tell our audience a little bit about yourself and how did you get into the nursing industry, and how did you transition from being a nurse into being an actress?
Well, I was born in a little town in Blacksburg, Virginia. So I was born and raised there. I moved out to Texas probably in my early 20s, like 20, 21, 22. And I spent 35 years in Texas. I did go to undergrad there. I also spent 4 years as a flight attendant for Southwest Airlines. Yeah, I forgot to tell you about. So I had a blast doing that. And I decided, okay, do I want to be a 50-year-old flight attendant, 50-year-old nurse? I'll take the nursing. And because I had a son and I was a single mother, and I put myself through nursing school. I went to Texas Christian University. Absolutely amazing, amazing university. Would highly recommend it to anyone. And then I started my nursing career. I've been a nurse for, it'll be 30 years in September of 2026. And at the age of 45, I decided to go into the Army. My son was 17. He was going to go into the Marines. And I said, oh, well, I'm going to go in the Army. And so that's what I did. So I went off to boot camp. I went off to officer boot camp. And he went off to boot camp. He went to be a Hollywood Marine. And I was at Fort Sam Houston in Texas. It was a very interesting experience, to say the least. I never really thought about, putting on a gas mask and going through the gas chamber, throwing grenades and shooting at things like that. But I grew up hunting and fishing, so I ended up shooting expert on the range, and it was kind of freaking some of the people out, the guys out up there going, where'd you learn to shoot? I was like, I grew up doing this. But then, you had to do a few ducks and corners out there with people shooting over you that never held a gun. When they would pick it up and go like this, they would go, oh my God, hit the deck. So it was very interesting. And we did a lot of land nav. I never knew so much about a topographical map until I got through officer basic training. I had to learn how to salute. So it was like, okay, what are they? They're okay. So I'm a captain. They're a general. Oh, I'm supposed to salute first. So we had to learn all that. And never did so much hiking and packing with a pack in my entire life. I came back very, very thin. Oh, yeah. When I came back from officer basic school, my son looked at me. He goes, gee, Mom, you look buff. So I guess I had muscles and all this other type of stuff. And then I went off to Fort Bragg there in North Carolina and spent 18 months there. But they weren't really sure what to do with me when I came in because I'd been in the operating room for so many years. So they stuck me in the ER. And then they decided to send me back to Fort Sam Houston to train me as an OR nurse. I said, well, why would you train me as an OR nurse when I've been doing it for all these years? Well, we have to. Well, okay. So they sent me back to Fort Sam Houston for 6 months. And I spent a lot of time learning to play golf because I already knew how to be an OR nurse. And then after that, I ended up going to Kansas. And then I was supposed to deploy and go over to one of the prisons. And they ended up keeping me stateside because I did open heart surgery. And then I did get out. I was medically discharged from injuries. So those are things I've been having to work with and take with. And I went back to school and got my adult nurse practitioner. I stayed in the cardiac world. And have absolutely loved it and loved taking care of people. Wouldn't have ever done anything different. But my injuries caused me to have to retire a little bit earlier. So we moved to the beach, and I kind of got in. I modeled some when I was in Texas. It was years ago. And I thought, oh, well, I'll just try this again. And I ended up making the cover model of Matilda Magazine for August of 2023, and I was 63 years old. And I was like, well, what the heck? So I just kept going. And then it kind of went down the rabbit hole. And I started taking some acting classes, and I signed on with PMTM in Ohio. Then I went to get my first set of professional headshots up in Cleveland with a wonderful headshot photographer. Then I got to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when I was up there. That was kind of cool.
That's nice. I've been there a couple times.
Have you been there? Is that not the most awesome thing ever? I got to go see things I had never seen. I was like, oh my God, who is this? Who is this? And so that was kind of a really cool thing. And I had a headshot with Michael Wapasak. So that was my first thing. And when I was with PMTM, I flew out to LA to meet with talent managers and agents. And we were out there for probably a week, I think. And so they do this every year, and they bring their new talent in to meet talent agents. And I met a bunch of really nice people and neat people when I was out in LA, and it was probably the most wonderful experience I think I've ever had. And I met some probably of my dearest friends that I have right now in this industry, and we continue to help each other in this industry. And now that I have agents that I've secured coming back, and now I've booked several films. I've played lead and supporting roles. I'm working on my second series right now that's filming here locally in South Carolina. Yes, I can't say a lot about it yet. I've done a couple of background roles. My first one I did was Beauty in Black, and I got to go meet Tyler Perry, and I thought, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. So I'm going to his studio, and so I was in that. I think it was season 2 episode, the last episode in that one. And you can see me up on the top. I was a nurse. So I've played a nurse several times in some of these movies. I have my first feature film coming out. It was done by Wesley Brothers, and they're out of Germany. And it's called The Very Southern Church. So it is a Christian film. Absolutely had a blast doing this. And I play the podcast assistant, which is so funny. I'm here talking with you. And so I had 5 or 6 speaking lines with that one. And we just went to the premiere. They did 2 premieres. They did one in one in Nashville, and they did one here. And that was like February the 12th. And that's coming out in like 2 months. So that was coming out on everything, like Apple TV, Amazon Prime. It's coming out on all the big major platforms. So I'm actually going to get to see some of my work come out. So I'm so excited. And then this one I'm working on now. Like I said, I can't really talk about it because, and it's going to have, in season 1, we have 8 episodes. So I'm really excited about that. But one of the things, and I did go to Tulsa King, and I was in season 4, episode 8. And I just picked up a background role that Tina Kerr signed me on. She's a casting director, and she put me in that. And my agent was like, well, we really don't put people in for background roles, but, go have fun. And I did. And when I was on set, and the director pulls me over there, and he goes, I need a really small blonde-haired female to play this role. And he goes, you're it. I was like, okay. So I ended up being the head FEMA agent. And so he put me over here in this particular area. And then a totally different actor walked in that I didn't recognize. And he introduced himself, and he was Stallone's stand-in. So it was really cool. So I'm working this entire scene with his stand-in. And then instead of it just being a background, we kind of made it a speaking role. And then it kept going on and on. I saw another actor come on, and I was like, he looks really familiar, but he had a raincoat on and a rain hat. And then he starts working the scene with me, and he comes up, and he comes in there, and he's talking to me. I gotta go, do I know you? And he looks at me and goes, do I know you? I said, not yet, but you're fixing to, honey. And he introduces himself, and it was Kevin Pollak.
Wow.
So I got to work the whole scene with Kevin Pollak, and Kevin goes, we're going to make this a scene. I said, okay. So that was a really amazing experience for something that I would have just been standing on the side and got pulled right in the middle of it. So that was absolutely wonderful. I met when we were at the fitting 3 days prior, I met some amazing, amazing talent that was there. So this is where I meet people, and I'm like, they're like, well, what are you doing? I said, oh, well, I'm a talent scout. Oh, you do? Well, I'm looking for an agent, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I meet people, and I just keep a QR code downloaded, and I take their names, and I kind of try to help actors on the road, just like I've been helped. I try to do a lot helping them.
How much did your past life experiences and life skills help you transition into being an actor? And I wanted to get your perspective on this too, Robin, being a nurse for 30 years. I know over here in Canada, it's kind of shrinking. Do you find the nursing industry is kind of shrinking in the States as well? Because not as many people want to go into the profession.
In my last few years of nursing, I did feel like it was. Now, I was in a very specialized part in cardiac open heart because I was, scrubbed and circulated hearts, and then I would train because I went into leadership after that. And it got to be where it was, got to be where you couldn't find people that could do this. And then, new people were coming out of school, but new people wanted to get in this, but the older guys that had been doing this for years, because it's such a hard thing, because it takes so long to train people to do this, weren't interested in it anymore. They were tired of the pay, tired of the hours, tired of, who wants to be on call for $2 an hour? I would be up there fighting. No, they should be at $10 an hour or 15 or whatever. This is ridiculous. And then try to go up against corporate America or these for-profit hospitals that weren't interested in taking care of their nurses. And I particularly have not been involved in a strike. Now, I know other places have, but I do see a huge decline in nurses that are interested in going to nursing school. And then now you see a huge movement, or I even see it on Facebook and Instagram, nurses moving out into the, not in the corporate world anymore, but on the internet. They're working from home, or they want to be home with their children, or they want to be home and do something different with their license, or they want to be, nurses that can do something to help patients from the outside, even with their advice. Nurses are absolutely amazing with the amount of stuff that they know and they learn, and the schooling that they go through. And I still think it's a very respected profession. But I do think that, most nurses go to the hospital to work, but it's not the only place that they can go. But if they're going to go to a doctor's office or something, they're not going to make the kind of money they need to make to support a family. That's what I saw.
Robin, who were some of your early influences and mentors, and not just in the nursing industry, but also getting into the acting industry? Did you have any?
Like a mentor or
somebody that was an influence on your career?
Oh my gosh. Well, I go back to watching some of the actors that I've always loved. I've always loved Demi Moore. Like I said, I've always loved Michelle Pfeiffer. Great respect for those guys. And Goldie Hawn, some of my absolute favorites, and Kurt Russell. And watching those actors that come from different backgrounds, and to watch them go and do something, even, Sylvester Stallone, who started from nothing. I mean, and then you go back and read some of these stories, like, living under a bridge, had no food, they just showed up in Hollywood and tried to make it. But the thing I love about the few that I really, really like, they never stop, they never quit. And that is so key in this business is you have to chase your dreams, because they will not chase you. And I can't remember who made that statement, but it is so true. In some of the acting classes that I take, I'm now working with James Saccone. I've taken some classes. I took the Hollywood Winners Circle with Wendy Elaine Wright. Absolutely amazing person. She's a talent manager, and she's been in this industry for, oh my gosh, 30, 40, I don't know how many years, but she's seen it all. And she's been very influential with me over here over the last six months. Has really turned my whole career around in helping me get my profiles together, just change the whole focus and attitude in this industry. And she's like right there whenever you need her. And I love that about her. And she doesn't have to be, but she is. So people like that are very influential. And for people who are thinking about going into an acting career or anything, I would highly suggest them taking her Hollywood Winner's Circle course. That will help you get on the right and correct path. And even just having a one-on-one meeting with her, just to let her kind of see where you are and help guide you, because she won't leave you. And she will help navigate you through this industry. I've never seen anything like her.
How would you describe yourself as an actor, and how much do you feel you've evolved and improved over the last couple of years?
As an actor, I feel like I'm very, very driven and very, I don't give up ever. If someone, shuts the door, I'm like, okay, I'm going to crawl through the window. I'm just not, I don't take no for an answer. And I never will. If I'd ever taken no for an answer, I'd never made it as a nurse. Because when I was in nursing school at TCU, the director of nursing that was there, I'll never forget, Dean Sears said, oh, I think you should go do a different career. I don't think you make a good nurse. I'm like, yeah, watch me. And then I graduated with honors. So in this industry, it's highly competitive. You will get more no's than you get yeses, but it only takes one yes and your whole life changes. And I think that if you just keep driving and keep auditioning, keep making self-tapes, keep making your own self-tapes, find out, get good headshots, fix your profiles. If you don't know how to fix them, find out how to fix them. That's why I really, really suggest those classes. And if you haven't had acting classes, take some that are really good. And there are a lot of scams in this industry. You've got to be careful, because it's happened to me before too. And I don't like slam or talk about those things, but it can happen and you have to be very careful. But as an actor, I will not stop acting. I absolutely love it. It's
A passion.
I feel like it's in my blood now.
Yeah.
And will I ever make an A-list? I don't know, but I'm going to have fun trying to get there. I would be happy to be, a co-star or a recurring star in a TV series or something like that. I would be totally, totally satisfied. And as far as I'm concerned, I will make it.
Mindset, passion.
Totally.
And I've learned this too, being 53, you're going to get people that are saying you're too old, you're self-taught, and this naysayer stuff. You got to block it out. You got to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And for me, I have a strong will and a determination to prove to people. And I wanted to get your perspective on this too. Do you find ageism still exists in the acting in the film industry these days, or do you find it's not as bad as it was in the past?
Well, I'm 65 and I get hired to play a 45-year-old. So no, I think that if you are right for the character, you're right for the character. Do I think that I should go on and apply for a 20-year-old role? No. Stay in your lane, because casting directors are so busy. And when they post a casting out there, and they may get thousands of people apply for this, and apply for the roles that you really want to do. Don't apply for everything. Don't just throw paint on the wall. Apply for the roles you really want to do. I know when new actors first get started, they need some things on their resume. I get it. Been there, done that. And have I done some free stuff? Yes. Am I going to do any more? No. Do you need to do that getting started? maybe a few things so that you can show that you can act. But if you don't have any reels, or you don't have anything back from anything you've done, get on Chat GPT and have it write you a little scene. Let's say you want to play a lawyer or an assistant DA. Get on there and say, write me a scene for assistant DA and female, and give it specifics, and say, write me a 30-second scene or 45-second scene. Chat GPT will write you the scene. Get you someone to read with you. If they don't have to be standing there, get you somebody on the phone. Create your own material. Create your own stuff. Who are you waiting on? They're not going to show up at your door in the limo and go, oh my God, I want you. No, show them what you can do. Create some things that you can do. Can you play a hostage? Yes, if you can play a hostage, create your scene. Get you a black sheet and hang it back here. Put some baby oil on your body and some water. Get a black, sleeveless shirt on or whatever like that. And take your makeup off and do a scene where you're actually playing a hostage, and maybe shine a little orange light on the floor or something like that, and make it where you're actually a hostage. Have Chat GPT write you a hostage scene. Make your own work. Don't wait on someone else to do it for you, because they're not going to. And these, like I said, these are things I have learned. Post these things on your Actors Access website. Post them on casting networks. Do your own stuff, but show them that you can actually do the work and you can commit to it, and it will change your life.
And it's the same thing applies for the media radio industry too. All the opportunities I've been given, I've reached out for, and I've also been told no a number of times. No is not a failure. It's a temporary setback.
Mm-hmm.
And I use it as motivation too, because you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea too. So I've learned not to take things personally. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But you know what? I've had some guests that said no to me, and then within a few months, they contacted me and they seen the quality of my work and my guests, and they've actually come on my show too at that point as well.
Right. It's like if you do an audition, it's like I did 3 auditions this week, and I couldn't get to the show with you with Friday. So, and then I was working another scene with other actors on Wednesday. I do the audition, fix it, send it. I don't think anything else about it. I move on to the next one. And I don't ever think anything about the audition I did. I'm on to the next one. But I didn't used to. It's all in your mindset. Do your audition. Do the best you can do with that role. Become the character. Fix it. Fix the tape. Send it. Move on. Next. Because you're already done with that. Don't think anything else about it. Don't live in that moment, because that moment's gone. You're on to the next one. It's all here.
Just don't, like with guests, if I have a guest say no to me, I move on. I don't dwell on it. I just move on to looking for more potential guests all the time.
It's so that's totally how I feel. Just keep on driving. Don't ever give up. And if you keep that same attitude, Chris, there's no way you can fail. It's not. And it's like I said, it only takes that one connection, or that one person, or that one thing that they see about you. It could be that one headshot, and that casting director goes, oh my God, who is that? And casting directors love to discover new talent. So it could be that one day they go, oh, I like the way she looks. So who is she? And they're like, well, she's only played in this, this, and this. And then they go down and look at your reels you've put up, and they go, oh man, she can play a scene. She can do this. And they give you a chance, and you're off and running.
Robin, I wanted to get your thoughts, Robin, on AI. Is AI shrinking the film movie industry? And do you find creativity nowadays in the film industry is shrinking too? I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
AI has not affected me yet. Will it in the future? It could possibly. I've seen some in some commercials, like I don't care for it. I've seen they did a movie with the AI actress. Okay, but I think where they made an actress out of AI, but they can't really call her an actress. I think they have to use it as a animation or voiceover. Now there's some talk about doing a movie with Val Kilmer as an AI. Do I think you should do that? No, but I'm not Hollywood. Would I watch it? I don't know, because to me, he was one of the greatest actors that ever lived, because he actually lived and breathed the character. And do I think bringing him back from the dead and making him an AI person is a good thing to do? No. That's just my opinion. Do I think you should take actors' voices and turn it into AI for profit and not use the actor? No, I don't. Is it going to happen? I guess you could release or have your voice released. It may affect more voiceover actors than it does actual physical actors. But I have seen some in some commercials like that. AI is not going anywhere. Is it going to affect us? I think so.
And do you find creativity nowadays is kind of shrinking too?
I think it is, because you can, well, I haven't learned how to do this yet because I'm talking to you about how to fix a video. But I think that so many people can go plug something in and it's like, oh, this thing can create the video for me. I don't have to do this. I know there's things out there like Canva, CapCut, and stuff like that, and I think the creativity is kind of going out, because why do that when something you can press a button and it does it for you? So is it causing us to think less or be less creators? I don't know, Chris. I played with it some, but not near to the extent that you see other people posting things on social media.
Robin, if you're okay, I would like to play one of your demo reels or your acting that you sent to me right now. And also, before we play the little clip here to showcase your talent, where can our audience follow you on social media, and if you want to plug your website and your new YouTube channel?
Okay, so Instagram is at Robin McGuire 01. Do I need to type it in for you, or?
I have it on the graphics down here too. I put it down there too, but they can find you on Instagram, Facebook, and your YouTube channel. And your website is robinhuffman.net.
It is. That is my actual website.
And you have an IMDb page as well. I think I have it down here too.
Yep, I have an IMDb, and this YouTube I just started is new, and so I plugged something in to do something like Coastal Golden Years. It's like, because there's so many people come here to retire, so I thought I'd say, oh, well, let's go around to some restaurants and find some cool places to eat, visit the beach, and then I'd plug some nursing things in it, because so many people are out walking and hiking. So I was going to help them with hydration, with good shoes to get, recommendations from from podiatrists, and try to have a helpful website that, or a helpful channel for people who are thinking about moving here, the cost of living here, and what it is to actually live here, because it is a resort area. So people come here. It can be, heavy traffic between May and September. We used to have an off season. We don't have an off season anymore because everybody moves here. So.
Any plans to go on TikTok at some point? I'm going to be honest with you. When I joined TikTok 5 years ago, I was 48, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm too old for this nonsense. It's for high school kids. 5 years later, I've learned how to promote my guests like myself, and I've learned how to create content. So if you stay out of the political and the negative crap on there or any social media site, it can be a really good tool if you use it the right way.
Well, I have a TikTok. I don't use it a lot. Actually, I have like 500 followers on TikTok, and I'm trying to. I don't even know if I know how to give you the website. It's Robin Recommends.
Okay, I will look for you on there as well. And
at Robin McGuire,
because when I first started this, I was shy. My settings were private. And one of the guys that was a podcaster long before me said, Chris, you want to get into radio, you want to get into live streaming, you want people to see your work, you have to open up your settings and you have to make yourself public. And
everything has to be public. And that's what I
Yeah.
did on Instagram and Facebook. And, like I said, I meet a lot of people on there, a lot of other actors and people in this industry and producers and directors. And like I said, I haven't played with TikTok much.
It's time consuming though. All these social media sites.
So is YouTube. Oh my gosh. It's like, it takes up a lot of your time. I'm like, oh, so like I said, I'm just piddling with it a little. I've got a few videos up so far, so we're going to see how this goes.
I've already subscribed to your YouTube channel too, by the way.
Well, I'm going to go back and put myself on yours, Chris.
Thank you so much, because my goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers, because I think you have to get to 1,000 to monetize your YouTube channel. I have over 4,200 videos on there, so I've posted a lot of content. And
I got a ways to go, Chris.
Yes, but I love creating content too, and I also realize the trends. Everybody's attention spans nowadays is shrinking, so I find that 30-second, 15-second clips are huge as well.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm going to cut mine down. The one I did yesterday at the Spuds and Subs, the people there got involved and they wanted to be in the video. I was like, okay. So it got a little bit longer. The people at the restaurant, I was like, they wanted to be in the video. I was like, okay.
Just 1 second. We're going to play this clip right now. And let me know if you can hear the audio. I'm the audio guy too, so if you can't hear the audio, we'll fire the audio guy, which is me. I try to be funny. That's why I'm in radio media. 1 second, Robin. Thank you so much.
Beneath every wave lies a mystery. Beyond every mountain, a story untold. This is the journey of Earth, ancient, wild, and waiting to be.
It starts with a sizzle, melts into a golden crust, and ends with that cheese stretching for miles.
He thought the truth was buried forever, but the past has claws, and it's coming back. Ashes of Silence, a novel you won't be able to put down.
The sky split open with fire, shadows marched across the land, and in that moment, the prophecy became real.
Time isn't measured by seconds. It's measured by moments. Crafted in precision, worn with power.
Thoughts on this demo reel, your voice acting demo reel, and how would you describe your voice? And I know, Robin, when I first started this, I hated hearing the sound of my own voice.
When I had to do the take several times, like it took like 5 or 6 times for me to. I kept sending the reads out to the director, the producer that was helping me put that together, and we finally got it. We got the voice down. When I first tried to do it, I was like, "Oh, is that really me?" Because at first it didn't sound like me, and then he was like, "Oh, go back and try to sell me a pizza." I was like, "Okay." So it was trying to get the pitch and the tone in my voice. It took a little bit to do that because I had not really done any voice acting. And he goes, "You could do this." I was like, "Okay." So he helped me put that together and it turned out really good.
Robin, how important is it to wear many different hats in the industry, and also your ability to portray a wide range of character with realism and depth?
I think wearing many hats is a good thing, but to portray a wide range of characters, I think you need to like hone in on the ones that you can really portray. Like, like, what do you see yourself playing? Do you see yourself playing a housewife? Do you see yourself playing the girl next door? Do you see yourself playing that detective? Do you see yourself playing a hostage? And really hone in on those skills and those characters, because you can't play everything. And I think that a lot of actors can mess up there when they try to like spread out too thin. Find out what you're really good at and go for that character. And even, like can you play that judge in that scene? Is that your character? You need to pick your character and find out the type of things that you want to do. Do you want to be the lover in a Hallmark movie? Do you want to play the grandmother or the person next door? Because that's a totally different character than if you were on Law and Order SVU and you were playing a detective. Then you were on a Hallmark movie. You're a totally different character. Can you play both? Yes. But which one would you really want to hone your skills in on? And that's my thought.
What is next on your bucket list as an actor?
Actually, I'm working with a really awesome actor now, James Saccone, and he's in New York, and I'm working on really beefing up my auditioning skills and working on getting in a co-star or guest star role on TV sitcom. Like I have a goal to be on, Chicago Fire, Law and Order SVU, one of those. And like I said, since I've been a nurse for all these years, playing a role as a nurse on one of these shows, because I can play it very naturally. So the goal in acting is to act without actually looking like you're acting. If that makes sense.
How difficult is it to get out of a character when you're playing one? And do you have any tips for your memorizing your lines?
Memorizing your lines. Once you get into finding out who the character is, that helps you actually learn the lines. And I memorize lines in like chunks. And then I use like a mnemonic type of thing, like I take the first letter of the major words and then I go, like, let's say the word spelled, like the whole line spelled out paper. Then I would that's like a memory recall. It's like, Papa, always picks this or whatever. So, and it's however you can recall, because you can't just shove all this in, because that's not how we memorize. So if you really know what your character is, let's say that your character is a district attorney and they're in like an office somewhere and they're saying lines to a sergeant or an officer, then you kind of get into what that character is actually doing and feeling. And then once you get into how the character's feeling, then the lines will start to come more natural. Do you have to say every line word for word? No, because that's like throwing spaghetti on the wall. Why would you do that? No. And I really haven't seen any director or producer that would have you spit it right back out word for word. Because once you get into that character, you get into the scene and you get into who that character is, and you're actually being that character. So where I might say, you need to wear some body cam footage here, or I need to see your work here. Is that really what I'm going to say when this person says this across from me? Or is it going to spit something back out? Or is he just going to make me angry? Or is he going to make me laugh? Or am I going to come back at him flippant or funny? So it just depends on how you get into the character.
Robin, any plans in the future to get your feet wet in producing and directing as well behind the scenes?
It's a thought. I did take a short course, it was a 2-week course on becoming a script supervisor. So I kind of have that under my belt. I haven't done it yet, but I did take the course. So that would make me like the director's eyes and ears sitting right beside him. So I thought about it. So yeah, it remains to be seen.
I've learned to ad-lib think on my feet doing this show, which I was scripted 6 years ago, and I got some good advice. So I'm always listening to my guests even extra more than normal. And I wanted to get your thoughts on this too. When you're on a TV set or a movie set, are you able to approach the director and add something to your character?
I think you get yes and no. I think you get it. Yeah, you can. I think when you're working with the director and you get a feel for the character and what's going on there, and you're actually reading your lines, and I think it's really important to work with that director and what's going on. And if you feel like something's not right, or you can always suggest. He can say no, or say, or he may approach you and say, well, how do you feel about how that's going? Or he may say, oh, we need it to go this way. And you can suggest, well, how do you feel about that? Would I strongly suggest it? Not always. You kind of have to get a feel for what's going on in the scene, how close you've worked with this director before, or this producer, or the assistant director, whoever you're working with. But they're very easy to work with, and they want it to all flow. So yes, can you make suggestions? Of course you can.
And I'm always curious about this. The wardrobe. Does the actors and the actresses have a say in their wardrobes, or not really?
It depends on the character. They'll usually tell you what they want you to wear or bring. When I went for the fitting for Tulsa King, no, it was very particular, because when they had me fitted for a particular outfit, like we had it all together, and then we go over here and we take a picture, and it's like, nope. And then we have to change it out. And then, so they're very, very picky about wardrobe and what you're wearing. So no, it's not something that they're going to ad lib about, because they have this specific thing in their mind of how it's supposed to look. And that's the way they want the character to look. So I don't see a lot of sway in that one. I haven't.
Robin, as we wrap this show up in a couple minutes, how did you come about your roles in films such as Blind Date and Deadpool, Just Another Day, 2024?
Okay. Actors Access and All Casting and let's see, Casting Networks was where I was cast in those roles. The movie Blind Date, I had met one of the directors and the casting directors who lives in Atlanta, and his name is Dimitri Landau. Super, super nice guy. And he's actually producing a lot of short films on his own in Atlanta and putting them up to film festivals. And he cast me in that. And at first I was supposed to be like a school teacher. And then he goes, no, you need a bigger role. So they created the role and made me a nurse in that role. And so we had to come up with a name and all that. So it got to be quite a bit bigger role in that. So actually we met on Facebook, in the Facebook group, filming in Atlanta. Mm-hmm.
And just how important is connecting and networking? And also, too, this pretty well applies to most careers, making sure you don't burn bridges, because you never know who you're going to run into.
Networking is the key in this industry. Don't burn bridges, because let me tell you, the person you just cut off knows the next 10 that you need to connect with. Do not. Just be careful whose hand or face you're slapping, because it's going to slap you back. Because everybody knows everybody in this industry, and they're all connected. They're all working together, and you would not be surprised of who knows who, or who went to school together, or who was on what movie or what set together, and they could hold the key to your career. So be nice.
Kindness is free too, by the way.
Very much. And be kind, be thankful. If you audition for a role, or when you're on casting networks, Actors Access, always say thank you for the opportunity. Put your email in there, put your phone, whatever you want to be contacted. Otherwise, when you submit that role, they have no idea how to get in touch with you other than go back through the same network, and you may not catch that email, and then you've missed that callback.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Robin, as we wrap up the show again. What is one fun fact about Robin Huffman, and what country in the world that you haven't been to that you'd like to travel to at some point?
Fun fact about me. When I was in the military, I was a nurse, but I became a weapons specialist because I could shoot so well.
Wow.
And one country I want to travel to is Italy. It's on my bucket list.
I've heard nothing but good things about Italy. That's somewhere I'd like to go as well.
Yeah. I've heard the wine was really good too, so maybe we can go over and have some.
And we have great wine here in Canada. If you ever come to Niagara Falls or Niagara on the Lake, Ontario,
I've been to both those.
You have? Okay,
yes.
They have great wineries. They have like over 140 wineries. I had a professional lacrosse player on my show 2 nights ago, and his family has run and operated a winery in Niagara Falls for over 100 years.
Oh my gosh. I came to the Canada side of Niagara Falls. It was the prettiest place, oh my God, I've ever been. And the hotel, you could look out the window and you could see the falls. And then I came to the lake. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. The food was fantastic. Oh my God.
By the way, Niagara on the Lake's not just wine country, but a lot of TV and movies have been filmed in Niagara on the Lake and in the Niagara Falls region too.
Well, I hope I get cast there.
Well, please do, because I'm only about an hour away from there.
Well, if I do, I'm going to look you up, Chris.
Absolutely. And since we're talking about wine, what makes a good wine, and do you prefer white or red?
I prefer a white sweet wine.
Mm-hmm. Have you tried the ice wine that we have?
No,
here?
I haven't heard of it.
It's a kind of a dessert wine, but it's more sweet. It's more sweet than the regular wine, and it's a little more expensive because it's only available in the wintertime, and the process of making ice wine is a lot more difficult than the regular wine.
Well, I'm planning another trip back to Niagara Falls because my husband hasn't been. He hasn't been to the Canada side. I said, you don't want the American side. You got to go see the Canadians. They're the best.
Absolutely.
And when the Canadians come to Myrtle Beach, they're called the snowbirds because they come down here and they're out there in the water. It's like 60 degrees. I'm like, and they're loving it. I'm like, oh my God, we're freezing to death, and they're loving it.
And hey, if it's 50 degrees, 40 to 50 degrees, I see people wear shorts and t-shirts here. We had such a long, harsh winter here. Soon as it gets to 40 to 50 degrees, people start taking off their jackets and putting shorts on. So, like I said, but I like our seasons here. We have 4 seasons, so we get a little taste of everything, and I like that. And honestly, summers I find here are getting too hot and humid, and I like fall and winter. Fall because of football, sweatshirt weather, and I like the changing of the colors. And winter, I like the cool weather. I don't like the ice. Driving on ice is no good. No. But I like snow, and to me, Christmas is more Christmas with winter snow.
It is. Canada's beautiful, so you'll have to come to Myrtle Beach.
Yes, one day I hope to as well. And finally, Robin, as we wrap this show up, it's called Ask the Host CDP a Question. Do you have a question to put me on the hot seat as we wrap this up?
What is a favorite spot of yours in Canada?
Favorite spot? To be honest, I'm going to say this. This is a fun fact about me. I've actually been more to the States than my own country. So my next goal now as a Canadian is to start traveling to the east and the west coast of Canada, because our country is one of the most beautiful in the world. So I would like to do that as well. When I do come to the States, I like New York, I like Chicago, I like Boston, not just for the sports things, but for the sightseeing as well. So in New York, I didn't get much sleep when I went to New York a couple times. It really is a city that doesn't sleep. But I haven't been to your part of the States. There's many parts of the States I haven't been to yet. So I would like to get to the Carolinas parts too. So,
well, if you're ever down here, look me up, Chris.
Absolutely. And where can our audience find you on social media? Again, your website, and is there any upcoming projects that you can share with us right now?
Well, like I said, I have the one movie coming out probably next month. It's called A Very Southern Church. It's coming out on all platforms, and then I'm currently working on it's a series We just finished shooting episode 2. There are 8 episodes in season 1. So this one's pretty long, and I'm working on episode 3 now. So, but it's filming locally. I can't say anything about it yet, other than you're going to absolutely love it. It's amazing. It's so out of my character.
And I'll have to look for you on Tulsa King. What network is that show on right now?
Prime.
Prime? Okay.
Mhm.
That's another thing we didn't
Oh,
talk
no,
about.
Paramount. I'm sorry. Paramount.
Paramount. Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
But
you
that's
need to,
once-
yeah, and it's season 4, episode 8.
Do you have, you know what, I think I'll save it for the next time you come back on your show, because we didn't talk about the impact of live streaming now with TV shows and movies now, and movie theaters seem to be diminishing now too.
Yeah. Yeah, we can, yeah, they do seem to be. I stream everything. I don't think I've been to the theater in a year.
For me, it's been 4 years. Actually, yeah, 4 years since I've been to a movie theater.
Yeah,
So-
it's been a while.
Well, Robin, I want to say thank you so much for giving us over an hour of your time. I apologize for keeping you.
I can't
70
believe I
minutes.
talked that much, Chris.
Great conversations. The time fly by. And my job as a talk show host is to make my guests feel comfortable and have good conversation and good storytelling and learning for myself and for my guests as well and the audience.
Well, thank you for having me, Chris. It's been a pleasure.
Continued success in your career. Your
Mhm.
story is an inspiration, and you have an open invite to come back on Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show in the future.
I would love to come back, and then maybe we can talk about the series I'm in later.
Absolutely. And give me a little bit of time today, because I'm just going to be volunteering soon. I will send you the video, the audio, and edit some video clips later tonight, as I'm just going to take a couple hour break to do some walking with our furry friends here.
Yes,
as
I'm going
well.
to too. I got to go see my fur babies.
Make sure you pet them and give them a treat. For
I
them, too.
will, Chris. I will.
Okay. Thank you
right.
so much, Robin. Have a
Bye,
great day.
Chris. Have a
Talk
blessed
to you
day.
soon. You too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right, everyone. That wraps up my 5th show with 5 guests in 4 days. And I want to say thank you to my latest guest, Robin Huffman, for coming on. She is a nurse practitioner, an actress. She's a model, and she's also a talent scout as well. So thank you so much to Robin Huffman for coming on our show, and also to former Buffalo Bandit Chase Frazier and Buffalo Bandit Thomas Whitney as well. So 5 shows in 4 days with 5 amazing guests. And I want to say thank you to everyone for watching this show as well. And my next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by our friends at barrycullen.com, to be announced next week on my social media platforms. In the month of March, I've done 16 shows, and also I'm going to be doing a new episode of the Small Talk podcast. Our next episode with Marlene Sharp and myself is going to be Tuesday, March 31st, 8 p.m. with a special guest. That will be season 4, episode 3 of the Small Talk podcast. So Tuesday, March 31st, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 on the West Coast. Marlene Sharp and myself will be back with the Small Talk podcast with our special guest. More details to come this weekend. And again, thank you to everyone for watching this show, listening to this show on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, Instagram, and Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is on audio platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Good Pods, wherever podcasts are available. So make sure you find us, subscribe, like, and share. And also, I want to say thank you to everyone listening to this show. I have now well over 11,000 downloads and listens on Spotify, and there's 80 countries around the world listening to this show as well. And also for my live streaming on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Chris Pame, Live with CDP Talk Show. Thank you to all my subscribers. I'm getting very close to 1,000 subscribers now, and also I'm approaching 700,000 views. So make sure you subscribe, like, and share Live with CDP Talk Show or Chris Pame on my YouTube channel, and make sure you check out my YouTube short channel as well. And as we wrap up our show, guys, again, you can follow Robin Huffman on Instagram at Robin McGuire01. Her website is robinhuffman.net, robinhuffman.net. And also she's got an IMDb page, 1616263, or just type in Robin Huffman. She's on Threads at Robin McGuire on threads.com. And her YouTube channel is at Coastal Golden Years. That's Coastal Golden Years if you want to subscribe to her YouTube channel as well. As we wrap up this show, guys, the Cambridge and District Humane Society is having a big fundraiser on Saturday, April 11th, 2026, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Cambridge Newfoundland Club, located at 1500 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. They're having a prohibition speakeasy fundraising 1920s type event. Tickets are only $75 per ticket, and you can purchase your tickets for this event at CambridgeHumaneSociety.org, CambridgeHumaneSociety.org, or you can call the shelter at 519-623-7722, extension 0, ask for Kat or Zach, or you can drop by the Cambridge District Humane Society at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, and make sure you talk to Zach or Kat, and they can purchase your tickets as well. Hope to see you there. CDP will be there, and they will have a live band, a silent auction, and they will have some refreshments and some appetizers there as well. And if you're a business and company and you'd like to donate a prize there, please contact Kat or Zach at the Cambridge District Humane Society, or give me an email at cpame19@gmail.com. They are looking for more prizes for their silent auction table. So if you're interested in donating a prize, please reach out to the Cambridge District Humane Society, Zach or Kat or myself here, as I'm a dog walker and a fundraiser as well. And I want to say congratulations to Christopher. Christopher came into the Cambridge Humane Society 7 months ago in August. He was in really bad shape. He was not well cared for. And in the last 7 months, the staff, the volunteers have taken great care of him with love. And Christopher was adopted yesterday and went home yesterday. So in the last week and a half, we've seen Daisy and Christopher, 2 dogs that are loved by the staff and by the volunteers like myself, both get adopted. And again, remember, adopt, don't shop. And at the Cambridge District Humane Society, you can't buy happiness, but you can adopt it. And if you're looking for a pet and you're in the Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge, Guelph area, and you're looking to adopt a pet, their pet profiles that are up for adoption are on CambridgeHumaneSociety.org. Michelle and her entire staff do a great job there as well. And make sure you join me at the Prohibition Speakeasy fundraising event on Saturday, April 11th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And make sure you get your tickets soon. Finally, guys, Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership, the federal EV rebate is back. You get up to $5,000 off the purchase of your new Chevrolet EV. More details are available at Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Automall. Again, the federal EV rebate is back. Get up to $5,000 again off the purchase of your new Chevrolet EV. Drop by the dealership, Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership, 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Automall, or check out their website, barrycullen.com, or call the dealership at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you there as well. Also, guys, if you're looking to book a personalized video message, yours truly is on Cameo.com. Go to Cameo.com, type in Chris Palme. I do happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy Hanukkah, congratulations, anything within reason. So make sure you go to Cameo today, type in Chris Palme, and book your Cameo now. You can also follow me on Blue Sky Social at Live with CDP 19. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, again, is live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Twitch, LinkedIn, and now available on Instagram. You can also check out my website, beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme. I am also a TikTok content creator. You can follow me on TikTok at Chris Palme. Follow, like, and share. StreamYard is the official live stream provider of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. If you're into webinars, live streaming, podcasting, go to StreamYard.com. They have basic free plans, paid professional plans like I have. And if you're a business that does a lot of webinars, go to StreamYard.com and contact your sales department for pricing as well. Yours truly has been with StreamYard now for 5 years. I give them a big thumbs up for your live streaming needs, webinars, podcasting, whatever. StreamYard.com. Live with CDP, Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. The audio version is available on these platforms: iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, LinkedIn, Pandora, Tuned In, YouTube Music, Good Pods. Remember to subscribe, like, and share the audio version of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. Finally, guys, you can email me live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show at cpame19@gmail.com. Any comments, questions, suggestions would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you'd like to contribute towards my YouTube channel, or you like my talk shows, you really like to support my work, my YouTube channel, my media work, my talk shows, I'm on PayPal. Go to paypal.com at Chris Pame, cpame19@gmail.com. If not PayPal, book a video from cameo.com as well. I love doing this show, and I want to say thank you to you, the audience, both live stream and audio, for watching and listening to this show. And again, thank you to Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership for advertising this show as well. And also, if you're a company business out there and you're looking to advertise on my platform, my prices are very fair and competitive compared to the radio industry. And I'm on 21 different platforms, and I have a great lineup of diverse guests and topics. And I also can come into your business and store and cut promos for you and do interviews as well. So if you're looking to advertise, check out CDP Media Productions. You can reach me at cpame19@gmail.com or send me a DM on my social media pages. I look forward to working with you and your business as well, and would love to have your business aboard Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. Finally, you guys can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, LinkedIn, Threads, Blue Sky, everywhere except Snapchat, and also check out my YouTube channel, Chris Pame, Live with CDP Talk Show. Subscribe, like, and share. And my next goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. I am less than 189 subscribers away. So I'm hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize my YouTube channel as well. And check out my YouTube channel. I have lots of content there. I have over 4,200 videos there. And I also have a YouTube Shorts videos for people who don't have a lot of time. They just want to watch some of my short videos on there as well. And that is about it for today, everybody. A busy week with 5 shows in 4 days. And I want to say thank you to all my wonderful, amazing guests. And again, the next Live with CDP Talk Show brought to you by BarryCullen.com, to be announced next week on my social media platforms. And the next time you'll see me here will be on the Small Talk podcast, Tuesday, March 31st. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 on the West Coast. The Small Talk returns for Season 4, Episode 3, with co-host Marlene Sharp and myself, and we have a special guest, and I'm excited to announce that this weekend as well. I hope everybody has a great weekend as well, and also, we've got a lot of sports going on here today. We've got the men's March Madness basketball going on today. We have St. John's and Duke. Alabama and Michigan, go blue. MSU, Michigan State at UConn, and Tennessee at Iowa State. I'm going to go with Duke, Michigan, UConn, and Iowa State to win. And Major League Baseball, the Tigers are back in action tonight. Valdez for Detroit, King for San Diego, 9:40. Tigers won yesterday 8-2 over the Padres. Tigers are off to a 1-0 start. And the Detroit Pistons are off today. They came off a big win last night against New Orleans as well. And the Detroit Red Wings, who are now out of a playoff spot. The Red Wings are in Buffalo tonight to take on the Red Hot Sabres. Sabres and Red Wings tonight, 7 o'clock. Ken Cowell with the call on 97.1 The Ticket. And you can also watch the game on Detroit's Sports Network with Ken Cowell, not Ken Cowell, but Ken Daniels and Mickey Redmond as well. So a huge game. The Red Wings really need to win out. I think they only have 10 games left. The Red Wings need to win at least 8 out of the last 10 games. In my opinion, 8 out of 10 wins for the Red Wings, and they're going to need some help. There are out of a playoff spot right now, 2 games behind as well. And before we wrap the show up, guys, NLL, I had a couple guests on this week. Chase Frazier from the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. They are back in action Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern when the Desert Dogs take on the Calgary Roughnecks. And my other guest from the Buffalo Bandits, Thomas Whitty. The Bandits will be in Saskatchewan Saturday night at 9 o'clock. If you can't get to those games in Saskatchewan or Las Vegas, like I can't, go to NLL Plus. Register with NLL Plus. It's free. Just your email address, create a password, and you can watch the games on live stream through NLL Plus as well. So Buffalo, Saskatchewan, 9 o'clock. Calgary, Las Vegas, 10 o'clock Saturday night. And the National Lacrosse League, there's only about a month left before the playoffs start as well. Again, I want to say thank you to all my guests this week, including Robin Huffman today. And thank you to Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership for being a part of this show. And again, thank you to the audience for watching and listening to this show. I hope everybody has a great night, great weekend, and we'll see you back here Tuesday night, March 31st, 8 o'clock, with the Small Talk Podcast. Marlene Sharp, myself, with her special guest. And make sure you check out my social media pages this week for more announcements as well. Have a great day, everybody. And again, thanks for watching and listening to Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership.